Tauruses, welcome to your mid-month tune-up. This is just a check-in for December 2019. Let's see what we got going on. Holy Spirit Angels, Divine Guides, Universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Tauruses for the middle of December 2019? What do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages to help them reach their higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to divine for their greater good would be greatly appreciated. Taurus, middle of December 2019. What do you see? What do they need to know? Thank you. What are the general energies that you see for Taurus, middle of December? General energies, we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Good, good. What are the challenges you see for Tauruses, middle of December? We have the Hanged Man in the upright. Advice, we have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. And moving forward, we have, and this is out of December, middle of December, we have the Four of Wands in reverse as you move forward. Roll. Okay, keep in mind I'm running a 24-hour turnaround special. It goes until today, midnight. So you need to book your reading by midnight tonight. You get your reading in 24 hours, plus you get additional minutes. Check out the video I have explaining it, or email me and I'll run through all that for you. I'll explain to you. And so try to get it in before midnight tonight. Alrighty, so we're starting out with the Five of Cups. So this looks relatively good. It looks like you guys are coming out of something. There was a period of, feeling like your heart got absolutely ripped apart, or sorrow, or grief. Some of you might have lost somebody. But the Five of Cups indicates that you're kind of moving past this. You're forgiving yourself. You're forgiving others. You're starting to feel like your old self again. I sort of get that with the Five of Cups, like, meeting up with friends. The energies are starting to kind of like, you're hitting the reset button, you're restoring your energies back to what they previously were. So, that looks pretty good. Now, the challenge position, we have the Hangman in the upright. So, the Hangman in the upright is hanging out, not really having any action or any, motion, being in a kind of limbo, but you're supposed to be using the time to actually contemplate and figure things out, and all this other good stuff. And have reflection on, okay, what do you want out of life? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are your goals? Letting some information kind of filter in, or waiting before you decide on something. But since it's in the challenge position, you could very well be in a type of suspension, and you're not using the time as you should in order to figure things out. So you're just kind of in limbo, so to speak. Limbo can be good, but limbo can kind of hold you back if you aren't doing anything constructive, or at least thinking about anything constructive while this is going on. And I see you've gone through a loss and something very painful, but you don't want to stay stuck. And that could be the challenge there for you. So the advice is the Nine of Pentacles. The advice is, okay, figure out how you're going to stand on your own 2 feet. Figure out how you are going to rely on yourself, become self-sufficient. Only allow people into your lives that are going to add to your life, not that people that are going to take away from it. Working on, just like I said, being yourself, only taking in people that are worthy of your love, and having security and having status, and being your own person that you kind of lean on. And that's the advice to kind of work on, or work towards, or make happen. Now, the Four of Wands has me concerned as you move forward, because the Four of Wands can be disruption in the household, whatever you consider your home. A lot of people, consider their home to be different things. Someone's office can be their home, or what have you. But this is, whatever you consider home, or your home base, there's disruption, there's problems. It's just not a good environment. Maybe it's a rough transition. Anything in regards to that, but it's kind of like, when you're in it, you just feel icky, and you either want someone to go, or you want to leave, one or the other. So that's kind of interesting. We'll look into that with clarifiers. So let's see what's going on. Why is this Five of Cups in reverse? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Five of Cups in reverse for Taurus. Who is this person? What is this energy? Why are you showing us the Five of Cups in reverse? Okay, so you're really working on insecurities. You're working on getting your inner strength back. That's the card of Leo, if that resonates. You're working on relationships where you have, you know, mutual reciprocity, a friendship where there's respect, mutual respect. I feel like you're kind of working on that and restoring balance to your life, finding like that good place. You know, that place, carving out like sort of this niche, this pool of like calm and steady waters in your life where you're working on being patient, finding balance, and finding inner peace. I think there's some internal work that's going on here that's allowing you to come out of whatever you came out of that was very crushing. I get the word crushing for some of you. So you are working on that, and that's the card of Sagittarius, if that resonates for you. Why is the Hangman here in the upright in the challenge position for Taurus? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages. I'm just wondering if they're saying you don't want to kind of stay in that for too long. I mean, realize, yeah, so, I mean, if you stay in that for too long, you start to lose your power, okay, instead of taking your power back. Really scattered energy is going on. You know, wasted effort. So, I mean, I think it's great. I like the self-improvement coming back to yourself, but I mean, I think you have to get a point where you say, okay, I've reached, you know, I'm not going to say the pinnacle, but I've gotten about as far as I'm going to get with this. So, you know, I can't like keep on, cycling through this, I guess is a way to do it. Cause at some point it's just the efforts are scattered, the energy are scattered, you're really not kind of getting anywhere. It's wasted. We have the Death card here in reverse, and that's stagnation there. So, I mean, in combination with the Hangman, I think the challenge is just staying in that period for too long. I mean, at one point it's self-improvement, and then after a while it becomes, what do you call it? Overdue? You're overdoing it. But yet some of you might be using that as an excuse to, hey, I'm working on things, I'm self-improving, but you know, you're just cycling through the same stuff. Does that make sense? And then you're just kind of stuck like in a stagnant pool here. So there's this Nine of Pentacles here in the upright. Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. Advice for Tauruses. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please. I mean, and I know self-improvement is a work in progress. I get it, but I think there has to be a point where it's like, okay, I've learned everything that I can. Now how am I going to apply it? And applying it is actually the action of moving forward. All right, so, I mean, in addition to being your own independent person, learning to stand on your own 2 feet, you know, they're saying here you have, there's a point you're going to get to where you know that you're emotionally mature, you're in control of your emotions. Maybe some of you feel, you know, sound in that department, or have reached the pinnacle of that you're ready to actually kind of move on to a relationship or consider moving on to a relationship. Let me pull one more card. And the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so, and the Queen of Pentacles, I'll get to this card in a minute, but the Queen of Pentacles is kind of the same thing, standing on your own 2 feet, relying on yourself, being independent, being reliable, thinking about long-term and things like that. Be careful though, don't overdo it. We have the Six of Wands here, and that can be overachieving, overdoing it. We already talked about, like, there comes a point where there's ideation and then there's action, going forward with the action. But don't try to overachieve. I know you all like to work and overdo it sometimes. There isn't a necessity to do that. I feel like with this reading, it's like, you know, do the best you can, but don't try to overdo it, because I think that's going to be an unrealistic bar you're going to set for yourself. And it could affect the home life or whatever's going on here with this Four of Wands. Why is this Four of Wands here for Taurus as they move out of the middle of December? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the Four of Wands in reversed. Who is this person? What is this energy? Knight of Cups in reversed. Okay, because it may... may end up disappointing or coming across as a disappointment to some people. The Knight of Cups can be, have a little narcissistic vibe to it, being a little bit too much about yourself and your plans, the things that you want to do, the visions that you want to do. And I'm feeling like it's disruptive to whatever's going on at the home. It's making people feel strange. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're overachieving, you're overdoing it. You're going back to things that you've already addressed. You've already fixed this, you've already come out of this, you've already become the best version of yourself that you can be for the time being, but you keep on like going back and keep on trying to improve stuff. And it's getting a little too egoistic, I feel like. I mean, here you are, make a decision, figure out what you're going to do, what you have ahead of you, but I feel like you're leaving some people behind. And I feel this Queen of Wands here is somebody who's feeling like, while you're kind of going on with your aspirations and climbing these incredible mountains and reaching these incredible pinnacles and things like that, you have somebody in the background who's feeling a little not so much. They feel like they're not valued. They feel like they've fallen off of the pedestal that you had them on. They're not feeling very good. They're not feeling very confident. They're really concerned about what you're thinking. So, just be careful of it. I think of the remember the story of I don't even know if I'm pronouncing Icarius, the in Greek mythology, the guy that decided that he wanted to fly to the sun, so he made, you know, and the point was the sun was like the greatest thing in the world, so he made wings and he kind of glued them together with wax. He was flying up and he's like, yeah, I'm so happy. And then once he gets towards the sun, he actually reaches it, the wax melts, his wings fall apart, and he falls to the ground. So, I mean, I'm all about setting sights high and things like that, but I feel like once you get to a certain point, you're good. You don't want to overdo it, because I feel like it's going to cause problems and make somebody feel lesser than, and you don't want to be doing that. I'm not saying it's intentional. This isn't like a malicious thing or anything. You guys are overachievers. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you can be workaholics, and maybe that can be part of it. So really, just kind of be careful of that about that. Okay. All right, that's all I have for you. Consider a personal reading. Like I said, I'm running a 24-hour turnaround special. Just send me an email. I can send you on details on that. Put up your request for your 2020 sun moon readings. Check out your 2019 sun moon readings while you're waiting for yours to get done. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below. And then you can always ask me a question on Instant Go, and check me out on Facebook and Insta. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.